Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you could donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3 at gmail.com on PayPal. This one here is about in move to strengthen social interaction and learning, Israel's education ministry to ban cell phone use in middle schools. Experts call for programs aimed at teaching proper use of technology alongside the ban. The Ministry of Education announced on Sunday that it will ban the use of cell phones in middle schools starting in the 2027 school year. A ban on the use of cell phones in elementary schools was already implemented in February of this year. Education Minister Yoash Kish said the Education Ministry will also examine whether to ban the phones in high schools as well. According to the new policy, the devices must remain turned off in the students' bags or in storage compartments as determined by the schools. Use of cell phones will only be allowed in classes where the educational staff approves it for learning purposes. The new policy was formulated after examining studies from Israel and abroad in the United States, and after discussions with educators, principals, parents, and students. The ministry examined studies on the impact of cell phones on attention and cooperation, sleep quality, and emotional state, and the ability to maintain social relationships in adolescence. According to the ministry, the data indicate an increased addiction to social media, loss of proper sleep habits, and a decrease in face to face social encounters. Minister Kish said, "We see too many cases of children who are together in the classroom but each one alone in front of their own screen." At the same time, many studies indicated improvements in school climate, academic achievement, and student engagement following restrictions on cell phone use in schools. The ban will be implemented in a phased approach and will be accompanied by instructions for schools, education teams, parents, and part of the decision. Activities during breaks will be adapted to strengthen interpersonal interaction, social activity, and a continuous study routine. Dr. Odette Sella, research scientist at the Ministry of Education, told reporters in a briefing that studies in the United States are already showing good results from banning cell phones in schools, but we initially see more violence and resistance. Minister Kish said our responsibility is not only to understand reality, but also to act in time. The school should be a place that restores human interaction to children, the ability to truly be each other, reduce distractions, and increase attention to learning. On average, Israeli children receive smartphones around age 6, which is much younger than in most other developed nations. A pilot project in Tel Aviv found that restrictions on cell phone use in secondary schools led to significant changes in the nature of breaks and the climate of classes. However, research studying such change noted that removing phones is not enough, saying a broader public policy is needed, including guidance for parents and children, encouragement of social activity, and regulation of technology companies. The National Parents Leadership Council warned that a ban by itself will likely not produce the desired results and needs to be accompanied by practical programs that encourage reasonable use of digital devices. We're choosing to lead a move based on a ban on use during school hours. It's imperative to accompany it with a broad educational, informational, and practical program that will encourage informed and reasonable use of digital means, even beyond school hours, the council said. The challenge of using smartphones cannot be solved only through bans. If we want to create real change, we must invest in education and social solutions during the school day and in building correct usage habits even after school hours, Oren Ozan, chairman of the council, said. Dr. Asher Weller, a specialist in child and adolescent psychiatry at the academic directorate of the youth department at ICA, the Israeli Centre for Addiction and Mental Health, told Channel 12 that a ban is a step in the right direction but not enough. The ban on cell phones in middle school starting next school year is a step in the right direction, but it cannot stand alone, he noted. The next step should be a broader process that includes a discussion on the subject about the advantages and disadvantages, about understanding the dangers of using cell phones, and about a genuine desire to understand what we really gain from such an initiative in the education system as parents and as a society. In addition, when making such a significant move, it is important to invest through the alternatives that can replace the mobile phones in schools, and how to utilise the time for healthy alternatives, face-to-face conversations, sports activities, bonding activities, etc. Dr. Welly continued, bottom line is, this is a step in the right direction, but it cannot stand alone and must be part of a broader and more in-depth system. I agree, because I grew up in an era when there was no such thing as phones, never mind having them in school with you. My attention span was bad enough, and if I'd had a phone, I wouldn't have thought the way I'd have been. So I totally agree that phones should not be allowed within school hours. It's really no ifs, no ands, no buts. This is the right direction to be going in, and it is shown in many studies. So go Israel. Stop the phones in schools. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.